The crazy dinosaur bit Liang Long. The sudden scene shocked Liang Long. He lifted his thigh and threw the crazy dinosaur away. He has never encountered such a phenomenon. This guy is extremely aggressive like crazy, and his eyeballs turned red. Blood flowed out of his mouth. Liang Long didn't have time to measure. He lifted his front leg and observed the injury carefully. Fortunately, it was not very serious. This injury is not worth mentioning for his body shape. Then he turned around and prepared to return to the jungle to continue looking for food, but he didn't know that this small wound would bring destruction to the entire tribe. A few minutes later, his whole body turned green and his eyes were crooked. There was an inexplicable liquid lying in his mouth and nostrils. He felt very thirsty, so he lowered his head and drank water in a small stream. His body seemed to move like nothing and swam. Liang Long didn't know his condition. He had drunk a lot of eggs and still felt thirsty. He didn't have to think too much. He continued to lower his head and swam. The water here is enough, and this time he saw his terrible appearance. A strong blood flowed out of his mouth. He felt his consciousness was peeling off his body. It's not over yet. Then, the second, blood flowed out of his mouth. The other Liang Long was shocked by this terrible scene. What the hell is going on? The infected guy's eyes turned red quickly. A few minutes later, a female Liang Long was cleaning up her own nest. She hoped her child could hatch as soon as possible. But this is the infected Liang Long. He jumped around and dodged. He was completely drunk. He seemed to have lost his sense of balance. It was completely driven by instinct. This guy crushed the offspring of others. He crazy stomped on Liang Long's incubator. It seems to be completely unconscious. It's like he's doing it on purpose. A lot of eggs haven't hatched yet, and there's a natural disaster. Liang Long's leader was furious. He stopped the crazy guy directly. Without further ado, let's get to the point. In the past, titans and dragons fought by hitting, but the Tibetan Liang Long didn't talk about martial arts at all. He bit the leader's neck. He forced his anger to fall on the ground. He seemed to have an endless desire for flesh and blood. Such a powerful leader was bitten to death by a broken organ, but the massacre didn't end. The infected guy who saw blood seemed to be more crazy. He attacked other Liang Long directly. Killing the leader is not his ultimate goal. Destroying the entire race is his most realistic idea. Maybe he doesn't think about it now. As long as it's a living thing, kill it. This is the first symptom after the virus, and this is like an infectious disease. Once bitten by him, the animals will also be infected. At this time, the last Liang Long was hit to death on the spines. The massacre was temporarily suspended. The Tibetan Liang Long was panting. He was not tired. It was the virus in his body that kept torturing him. One guy killed a race. It's really powerful. Next, other creatures in the entire forest will suffer. The virus is going to explode.